Earth. This is where life as we know it exists. Life as we know it is carbon-based. The properties that carbon exhibits make it the ideal candidate for the building block of life. Now, might there be another element that life could be centered around? On planets outside of our solar system, it's quite possible that life might exist in a different way than it does on Earth, such as it being based on a different element. An element maybe like, say, silicon. Organic compounds might be recreated using silicon. This is because both silicon and carbon have 4 electrons in their outer shells, which means basically that it can give or take 4 electrons. Also, both silicon and carbon can form a benzene ring structure, which is basically 6 atoms of that kind forming a ring with alternating double bonds. What this does is it allows for large molecules. Now, there are some drawbacks to a model for life beyond Earth being based on silicon. One of those is that silicon can't form the range of bonds that carbon can, such as those needed for parts of DNA. Support for this is that sea urchins have a silicon compound in their spines, and some protozoa have silicon-based exoskeletons. There are also other forms that life can take throughout the universe. Some astronomers have suggested that there might even be nitrogen-based life, and this is a possible idea for life being found on Titan, that it might exist in some sort of methane-based context, considering the fact that on Titan they have seas of methane. One concept that's interesting to think about is the possibility of intelligent life beyond Earth. Possibly a already established and thriving civilization, somewhere maybe in our galaxy or in another galaxy. It's definitely worth diving into the idea that there might possibly be another or other intelligent races out there. Now, they might have tried to contact us and we just simply haven't picked up on their signals. One interesting thing is that we've definitely tried to contact them. With the launch of Voyager 1, we left a golden record complete with sounds of Earth and pictures of what our species looks like and even a map to Earth. This project was worked on heavily by Carl Sagan, who was also a prominent figure in the creation of the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, also known as SETI. What SETI does essentially is they search the skies for extraterrestrial life via things such as electromagnetic radiation, signals that might possibly be from an intelligent race off-world. One interesting concept is the idea that life might exist without even being cell-based. This idea that there may even be synthetic life. And this is an idea that has been written about by science fiction authors such as Isaac Asimov and Frank Herbert. And in a talk that I saw in 2014 by Michio Kaku, when he was writing his book, The Future of the Mind, he explains that, life itself might even be constituted by consciousness. This idea that inanimate object otherwise is not a living thing, but when it's imbued with consciousness, it might become one. And this has interesting implications for the search for extraterrestrial life. Life may not have to exist as a biological form. It may simply be some sort of machine that has been given consciousness. The human mind itself is a supercomputer that runs on a relatively low amount of electricity. So if that could be replicated in some kind of synthetic organism, it might even be considered a more effective form of life. A much older, much more intelligent form of life may have already figured out the secrets to this, mapped out their own consciousness, and created synthetic life, or possibly even a way to become immortal. Considering the vastness of the universe, it's perfectly conceivable to think that we may find intelligent life very soon, or at the least, just simple life. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and thanks for watching.